So you start off by creating a new document, setting the pixels to really whatever size you want, but in this case we'll do 1800 by 1800. Then using a gradient and the star tool, I create a shape on the canvas. Go to Edit, Copy, and then paste in place. Then selecting the second one, you scale it down to 25%. So that way your copy is a smaller star on top of the former star. Get rid of the stroke and create it to a solid color, setting the RGB value to a dark gray, which will be 77, 77, and 77. Hit OK. Going to our first star, get rid of the stroke and then change it to a white, which is 255, 255, 255. Then selecting both stars, we're going to go to Object, then Blend, then Make, and then Effect, go to Pixelate Color Halftone, which will turn it into the halftone dots that we want. So set the top maximum radius to 96, then each value after that to about 128. You're making sure that all channels are uniform. Click OK. Then we expand the appearance, and then in our image trace settings we will select it to optimize it, because basically what it's doing is tracing it and then allowing it to be filled as a vector. So that way no matter how much you zoom in, it won't be pixelated, and then you can manipulate the shapes of the individual dots on it. Make your corners and paths up to about 80 to 90% and then reduce the noise value. Make sure that fills and strokes are both checked, since we're going to want to use both, and ignore whites. It's essential to have that checked too, so that it's transparent and that you're not essentially moving an entire image block with like the white background border around it. Then once you had pressed trace, then you go back to image trace expand, and now your object is a vector. You can, while it's in like a shape mode, you can isolate each of the dots by double clicking into them and then double clicking again to change the color. Notice that no matter what color I put, whether it be yellow, green, anything, it converts the relative value of that to a gray tone. So while I just manipulated a couple of the dots to show you that they can be manipulated, the purpose of this video was to show you unlimited potential with what can be done with halftone dots.